Waka, what's up, and welcome back to the channel for yet another FC Finch unboxing, and call it a FC Finch unboxing double feature, if you will. So anyway, I'm going to explain the quick story behind this. So I was at Ross today. I was sent on a little errand from viewer JJ, a buddy of mine, who has donated quite a few mainline figures for me to review, and we are in search of the elusive Cosmos from the Legacy line, who has started, I guess, like he came out and nobody could find him, and he's been in some kind of purgatory because a whole bunch of people are posting on social media that, hey, I found Cosmos at a Ross for $8 whenever we started to pay $70 because he wasn't anywhere. So I guess Cosmos has been hiding out in a warehouse somewhere because people have just started finding him at Ross. Nevertheless, I did not find Cosmos, needless to say. So for those of you collectors still looking, keep up the good fight. But I did find a couple of these Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 collection figures. I found a Decepticon Crasher, who we'll talk about in just a bit, and I found a G2 Universe Shadowstrip, which is basically G2 drag strip, and we're going to do the unboxing for both of these in this video, and then I'm going to review them each individually, save a little bit of time. And these are going to both be going to JJ, but you know, I texted him and said, hey, do you want these? And he ended up saying yeah, so grab them for me. They're only $8 at Ross, and again, Ross really super cheap, $23. So this is like a third of that price. That's pretty freaking cool. And we're gonna see if, well, quite frankly, for $8, both these are a superb value in my opinion. But nevertheless, we're gonna take a deep dive into them. And that being said, now I do want to say I did just post the poll for Jurassic Brawl Part 4, which is gonna be Battle of the Slag. So feel free to check that out. Definitely vote for your favorite slag. We're gonna have that later on this week. I just kind of dropped the ball. I meant to post it like Thursday or Friday, and oops, I forgot. So either way, we're gonna go through these first. We're gonna use these to get this through the book. I'm probably gonna post a review of one of these for today, and then the other one will drop Monday, and then we'll do Jurassic Brawl Part 4. So let's get right down to it. I have my handy dandy box cutter, and we're gonna start with Crasher real quick. Now, for those that don't know, Crasher is a GoBot, and I do believe Hasbro knows. I do believe Hasbro owns Tonka or whatever. At least I thought. You know what? Forget I said that. Just correct me in the comments if I'm correct. I thought that Hasbro now basically owns Tonka or whoever had the rights to GoBot. So that's how this came about. And now it's been about 30 years since I've seen GoBots, but I do remember that Crasher was a chick. And as you can see on the box, this kind of looks like a bit of a masculine face, but whatever. I've seen the face of the figure previously, so that is a bit more feminine looking. But you can see we got the nice open area right here, so you can get a nice look at the figure, doing all the advertising, packaged in vehicle mode, which is how all Transformers should be packaged, in my opinion. I agree with MGO 100%. Decepticon Crasher, even though Crasher was a renegade. Velocitron Speedia 500 collection. Takara Tommy Generations, and there, of course, we have a nice shot of Crasher up front. We have the actual product shots, Crasher with both the guns attached, and then, of course, Transformers Legacy 8+ up, and then, of course, we have a Ross sticker. We have a shot of Crasher on the side. It's covering up his face, so Crasher's face is a Ross sticker. You got a whole bunch of legal mumbo-jumbo on here, and then you got Crasher, again, right here, leaking onto the side, a bunch of Cybertronian text, and then, of course, you have the product shots of Crasher on the back, and no bio, so nothing to pause and read. And for the record, Crasher is basically a remold of the War for Cybertron. I believe it's War for Cybertron Mirage mold. They've done a few remolds of this, so we're gonna take a look at this, and let's get the unboxing going. So let's and I'm gonna, again, so the good part about me picking these up is I can take them out of the box, and JJ is totally cool with that. So thanks again, JJ. He's been really good, and I gotta come clean. Like, I'm a masterpiece collector, but I do really gotta state, and we got the packaging right here. But there we go. We can see the vehicle, and and there's, of course, our weaponry hiding right in here. So we are gonna. There we go. Whoops, let's bring the camera down, and we can go, there we go. And actually, I could have just untied it, but I like doing things the hard way. And we'll take our, so there we go, we got Crasher, and feels pretty light, feels like any other model should. And of course, there we got the bottom side. Actually looks pretty decent. Got the faux chest scoop right here. And overall, it looks pretty good. And we're going to set this off to the side. And then, of course, we do have Crasher's weaponry. And we're just going to take that. It looks like it's just taped together in this little care package-ish bundle. And and yeah, so there's both our guns. Got the little missile launcher here, and they got the gun. And the missile does come out. That's pretty cool. We'll talk about that in accessories. We'll put this off to the side. And then lastly but not leastly, I was looking for our instructions, and I do believe these are not our instructions. Do we not have instructions? Oh, there they are. I've missed them. No card with this, by the way. And there we have our instructions for Crasher. Just really, again, pretty standard, pretty simple overall, pretty easy to follow. And there we go. So yeah, so that is it for Crasher. And let's get a look at Shadowstrip. And of course, this is a reuse of the drag strip mold. I believe it still has the combining feature, but we will check that out when I review it. Got a nice cartoon shot of G2 drag strip. I'm not sure. I know there's a bunch of figures for G2 that never were released when G2's out. I'm not sure if this is one of them, but we have a nice colored G2 drag strip right here. I actually do like the color scheme for G2 drag strip. I'm not big into the G2s, but definitely love it. And it goes G2 Shadowstrip, Velocitron Speedy 500, and then of course you have a nice shot of drag strip. I believe he's a Tyrell P38 formula car, and there we have his guns poised on the side. It's interesting, both of them do store their guns very similarly in vehicle mode. And then of course you have a nice product shot. And then of course, similarly to Crasher, you do have the Ross sticker as his head. And of course you have a nice cartoon shot of Shadowstrip on the back, product shots of Shadowstrip, no bio to speak of. And then of course you have some Cybertronian text yet again. And let's get Shadowstrip out of the box. Again, just gonna cut the side. And there we go. And there we have Shadowstrip taped right on, and of course his accessories are right in back here. And let's get these out first. Let's not mess around, and we'll just kind of take these out of it's like oh wow, this is neat. This is neat. So these are painted. These are painted. This looks really good. This looks really good. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but those look like, yeah, they're both the same. Yeah, both the same. So there we go. We got his little cannons out. And now we can unbuckle him from his berth. Let me move the camera down so we can see. Actually, I'm just going to use my knife because this, I'm going to spend minutes trying to get this guy out of his shell. When we could just simply cut, and there we go. And oh, it's kind of lodged into the tire there. And there we have Shadowstrip. Looks really, really, wow. I dig this color scheme. This looks good. This looks real good. I'm not even crazy about G2, but this looks good. So yeah, and there we go for that. And that is pretty much going to conclude this unboxing. Now I'm going to post, I'll probably drop Crasher a little later today, the review on that. And then Shadowstrip will follow up on Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to post the Unboxes review in between then. And look out for Dragon Ball Brawl Part 4. Go vote on the community page. I already have the vote up for the subscribers choice section, so vote on the community page. And that being said, that is going to conclude this unboxing video. So I hope you kind of enjoyed this. It wasn't really informative, more just kind of fun, but I did hope you enjoyed watching it. And if you want to see the reviews on these, feel free to hit the subscribe button, down below. Definitely could always use more subscribers. Again, I thank you to those of you that already are. And of course, hit that like button if you certainly enjoyed this video, because that helps me out too. And we all know how we're all trying to battle the algorithm. And that is going to be it for now. I have been FC Finch. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.